What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Between the Numbers Sports Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Daryl. And before we get into this episode, um, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Leave a like, leave a comment. And if you have time, please consider going back and watching previous episodes on topics dealing with LSU, the rest of the college landscape, and NFL. Uh, Gonna do a lot better talking more about the NFL and other college teams. But LSU is my pride and joy. So, but yes, I have to do a better job of talking about other teams. Also, going to be having some co-hosts that's going to be joining the podcast and the show. Um, Guys that are diehard fans of other teams, and so um, it'd be great to get their perspective on some things that's going around their programs that they like in the off season. All right, so let's jump into it. So Harold Perkins is on the move, um, but he's not going very far. He's just moving back to inside linebacker, a spot that he played his freshman year LSU. Brian Kelly and defense. Well, Brian Kelly announced today that you know him and the defensive staff was moving Harold Perkins back inside. Now, I trust our coaching staff. I trust Brian Kelly. I trust Blake Baker, but I'm allowed to have my opinion. That's the reason why I created this podcast. And I kind of feel like it's a mistake to move uh, Harold Perkins inside. Now, I know the defensive strategy is going to be a 3-4 attacking defense, and you got to have really big um, two technique type guys up front, right? So you're gonna have three down linemen. And those guys got to be able to play two gaps, right? And that allows, especially the nose tackle. The nose tackle is going to be taking on two different gaps. He's going to have to be able to hold off double teams and split double teams, and that's going to allow your two inside backers and the rest of your linebackers to flow, right? And so, but Harold Perkins, right? I think what I pretty much came up with is I think they should let him stay outside and line up on the line of scrimmage, right? Harold Perkins is a very athletic. He's athletic. He's fast, and you know he's more of a Vaughn Miller type guy, right? Young Vaughn Miller when he first got in the NFL, Vaughn Miller at Texas A&M, right? Harold Perkins isn't the biggest player, right? He's like 6 foot, 6 foot one, about 220 pounds. So he's better on the outside. He's better lining up on the line of scrimmage and rushing downhill and disrupting your backfield, right? He's better going from quarterback to running back and disrupting opposing teams' backfield, right? Just causing havoc um, on plays, right? Just making the opposite team just pretty much hate life, especially the quarterback and the running back. Um, you know, Harold Perkins, I just think he should just be allowed to play free, free and fast, and not have to think too much. Now I know they were saying that they want to move him inside because if he goes to the NFL, that's probably where he's going to be playing. Um, Again, I don't know, but I would like to think that he would play outside in the NFL. Again, you got to think about Vaughn Miller and a guy like Leonard Floyd, right? Leonard Floyd is 6'6", 250, and Harold Perkins doesn't have the height, but Harold Perkins can definitely put on 20 more pounds and play outside, get up to about 240. He don't even have to get up to 240. He can get up to like about like 230 if we're worried about him losing speed. But um, the best way for a smaller rush linebacker to defeat a tackle or a tight end is being athletic, being fast, having leverage, and being having good bend, right? Being able to bend and get underneath that tackle, get underneath that tight end or whoever on that side is going to be blocking them, and having violent, very quick hands, right? If your technique is really good with your hands, if you got really good bend, if you're fast, um, you know, bro, you can create a lot of havoc in the NFL, and I think they would definitely play Harold Perkins on the outside and let him be a rush type linebacker, right? It's the NFL. This is the best coaches, the best staff, the best trainers, the best doctors. Harold Perkins can easily put on, another 10 to 15 pounds. And while he's at LSU, you got to use him with how he's best utilized, and that's just letting him play free and downfield and letting him destroy the opposing team's backfield, quarterback to running back. You got to take advantage on the outside of his speed. Um, and when he gets to the NFL, let them figure out whether or not he's going to play outside or inside. But I would put my money on. I think if you would ask Harold Perkins where he would like to play, he probably would say he would like to play on the outside. Now again, they're saying they're moving him back inside the place where he played in his rookie year. Um, and if he truly played inside all of the games that he started his freshman year, I'm saying rookie because I'm already thinking about him going to the NFL. But if he um, played inside linebacker his freshman year and he played there primarily every game that he started, then hey, put him back inside because we all know Harold Perkins. I'll just tell you some of his achievements his freshman year, right? So he was named first team All SEC by the Associated Press and second team by the league's coaches. He was named freshman All American as well as being selected freshman All SEC. During a 3 week span, he earned SEC Freshman of the Week honors versus Ole Miss, and then followed that with back-to-back SEC Defensive Player of the Week honors versus Alabama and Arkansas. He finished the year with 72 tackles and led LSU in tackles for loss with 13, and he had 7.5 sacks. And his 13 tackles for a loss were among the most. Um, that was among the most with Power Five freshmen, right? So Harold Perkins had a phenomenal um, freshman year at LSU, and if that all came from him playing inside, then you definitely move him um, back in the inside. But I think that they tried to play him inside his freshman year, and then they was just like, this ain't working out. So let's move him outside because there's a difference. That's the difference. Uh, when you think about inside backers, you're thinking about bigger, taller guys, right? Uh, More so bigger guys, right? So Patrick Queen, um, Wokorn Smith, right? Those big body guys, right? They can take on tackles. They can take on in the inside they're gonna be taking on the center. They're gonna be taking on guards. They're gonna be taking on combo blocks. You might have a fullback or a running back coming up and blocking also, right? So Harold Perkins isn't that type of guy. He isn't made up like that. His body isn't uh made like that, right? He's more of a fast twitch guy, and he'll do better playing outside with his speed, his athleticism, his leverage, and his bend. But we got to see. It's my opinion. I think they should let him play outside. But like I said, I trust Brian Kelly and Blake Baker. I'm allowed to have an opinion, but hey, that's why we love our LSU Tigers. We love talking about our Tigers. And I'm just saying, I think that he should play outside, but I'm going to trust Brian Kelly. I'm going to trust Blake Baker and the defensive staff, and we're going to see what results we get in this upcoming season. I hope we get all great results. I hope Harold Perkins plays lights out, and I hope he, shatters the sack record and um, all of the other defensive records. And I hope he's like the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. So we have to see. Got high hopes for Harold Perkins, but that's it for me. If you think Harold Perkins is gonna play phenomenal this season, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that bell notification so you can get all of the latest videos that we drop here on Between the Numbers Sports Show and Podcast. And if you have time, please go back and watch other videos. And until next time, I'm out.